Hi, welcome to another episode of XJWs. I'm Noop.
I'm V.
How you doing? And today we're going to talk about JW literature and publication. Can it be trusted?
Hmm. I certainly believe it.
Uh,
Yeah.
well, yeah. Well, this is the thing. We were just talking about this the other day because um, just with the array of publications they've got a lot. I mean, you must have seen it. I don't know if you ever, if you ever have contacted JW, you see they've got books, they've got brochures, leaflets, magazines, all sorts. And
TV, yeah, they've got
yeah,
DVDs and
oh
stuff,
yeah,
all sorts.
exactly. And they always have they'll quote someone or they'll have a reference of someone. It'll have a little heading or a sub note or a direct quotation just saying blah 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 said by such and such person. Um, Now, can it be trusted? Okay, so that's the main theme of what we're talking about. Now, you've been doing some research.
I certainly have. I've been doing some research,
Mm.
and I looked in this one particular book. It's called The Bible, God's Word or Man's. And
Mm.
on the particular chapter 8, and it is called Science, Has It Proved the Bible Wrong? Now, one thing science we can actually measure. Science is one thing we can measure, and we can see
Mm.
whether the Bible has been proved right or wrong. And under the subheading on paragraph 19, is it proved? It gives a reference of someone. So I will
Okay.
read it.
Just before we go into that again, this today. I mean, we're not going to talk about sort of science and if
Evolution.
evolution science and whether it's right or wrong. This is purely can we trust what this literature is telling us? Basically,
Yes.
can we go by what they're
Where
saying?
are
Just
they getting their sources
yeah,
from? Yeah.
just because they have referenced someone or just because they've got a quote from someone, can we trust it? Anyway, do go on.
So, paragraph 19,
Mm.
under the subheading, is it proved? And it goes, how can the theory of evolution be tested? The most obvious way is to examine the fossil record to see if a gradual change from one kind or another really happened. Did it? No.
Yeah, just no.
Just like that.
Okay, we're done. Close the book. Bye bye. Go on.
No, as a number of scientists honestly admit. One, Francis Hitching writes, when you look for links between major groups of animals, they simply aren't there. I don't know if that's his voice. So obvious is this lack of evidence in the fossil record that evolutionists have come up with alternatives to Darwin's theory of gradual change. The truth is, though, that the sudden appearance of animal kinds in the fossil record supports special creations much more than it does evolution.
Okay.
And that's the end of the paragraph.
All right.
There's
Okay.
so much wrong with that paragraph.
Exactly. And again, we're not going to go into evolution or the science route, because that's a completely different. We might cover that, if there's a demand for us to. But I think it's been done by so many other atheists and other atheist movement, humanists and all the rest of it. Anyway, so it's interesting that they've quoted a guy called Francis Hitching. Now you've been doing some research on this Francis Hitching. Can you tell us a little bit about him?
Yeah, so the obvious thing is Francis Hitching, is he a scientist? Is he a reliable source? So, simple click on Wikipedia, whatever, any other place. We find out this Francis Hitching guy is a British guy, so that's a tick. He's an author.
No, that's okay. It's not too bad.
It's all right.
Yeah,
he knows his way around.
Yeah, exactly.
Writing.
Written books and all the rest of it. That's fine.
He's a filmmaker.
That's again, people make
Culturized.
documentaries.
Yeah, culture. He's a journalist.
Okay, journalists are known to embellish the truth, lie a little bit, but Christopher Hitchens, he was a journalist and an author. I mean, we're not scientists, we're not even journalists or authors or anything like that, but so it's fine. I'm okay with that.
The next thing isn't that great. He's a parapsychologist and a dowser.
Yes. Okay.
So
Now, for the public that listening that don't know what those two things are, I mean, the parapsychologist. What can you explain what that is?
Parapsychologist, quick little search, is someone who investigates paranormal activity, telepathy, clairvoyance, psychokinesis, near-death experiences, reincarnation, anything supernatural based. So that's what his science.
So yeah, a scientist, and a dowser was the other thing. What's a dowser?
A dowser is someone who grabs his divining rod and
and it starts shaking when it gets near liquid, does it?
yeah. They try to locate groundwater, buried metals, ores, gemstones, anything to do with that. They try and find water,
Treasure and water using
using sticks.
Sticks. So scientist. So
do you know what their nickname for that is?
No.
It's called a water witch.
Oh, he sounds reliable enough. Yeah, I want a PhD in water
witching.
Water witching, yeah. So okay, so the publication said, due to scientists, it basically
it says many scientists,
and one Francis Hitching. Yeah. Okay, so he's not a scientist.
He's not a scientist. No.
Okay, he's a supernaturalist, if that is such a term to use. Yeah.
He apparently his one book that they quoted from, called "The Neck of the Giraffe" or "Where Darwin Went Wrong," 1982. That book was published.
Right.
So obviously a recent thing, and he said that Richard Dawkins promoted his book for him.
Okay.
And Dawkins is his quote about this said, "I know nothing at all about Francis Hitching. If you're uncovering the fact that he is a charlatan, good for you. His book, The Neck of the Giraffe, is one of the silliest and most ignorant things I have read for years."
Burn! So he did not. He basically did. So Francis Hitching is a liar, for one. Yes. I mean, if you take away that he's a dowser, paracyclist, or whatever, cyclist, paracyclist,
whatever that is.
Yeah, that he's.
Well, add that to his repertoire.
Yeah, why not? He lies about everything else. But if you take all that away, he's still a liar. He's still saying that Richard Dawkins endorsed
I think
the
most hypocritical thing is that Jehovah's Witnesses, as if anyone who is or ex-JW knows about this, they have nothing to do with paracyclists. Paracyclists, I want to say now.
Yeah, paracyclists.
Paracyclists. They have nothing to do with dowsers.
Anything like that, because
they're a big fan of journalists either.
No, because they would associate that with, like, the dark arts or whatever. So just to wrap things up, then, if you are reading a Jehovah Witness in a publication, and they do have references and they say they've got something, it's not always that they've misquoted someone or taken something out of context. It may just be a massive, massive lie.
Or they just pick some loony guy. Yeah, he sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yeah, just research, basically.
Yeah.
Do your research.
There you go. There you go.
Everyone's a paracyclist.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone's got the internet. Do your research. Look at these references yourselves, and you'll be pleasantly surprised, I think. Yeah. Okay. I'm done. Are you done?
I'm done, but there's one thing.
Go on.
I'll see you in the Kingdom Hall.